So, first thing we discussed obviously was the grip, okay? Your right hand did get a long winded. The fact we can see your fingernails is your palms facing up the sky there, okay? Ideally speaking, I want that grip to be a little bit more in the fingers, a little bit more. That was a little bit more over. I could do with being a smidgen more, but I think where you feel comfortable, it's fine in a happy medium, okay? But if we just play these two swings here now, kind of in sync, okay, so that's the club going back there. That's the club going back there, okay? So, there, okay? So I just press play on these at, I got half speed, so we can look, okay? One was a flat out swing, one is like 20% swing, the ball's going to go nowhere, okay?
Oh, far better swing.
That was a better swing, yeah? Okay, but it wasn't that much slower, was it really, when you think about it? I mean, okay.
Far better swing.
Yeah, I mean, the swing itself, okay? We talk about the wrist hinge there, okay? The club goes back further, okay? Which will therefore make a club swing longer anyway. The fact the clubs travel further, but from there you are there at 6.43. You hit the golf ball at 6.73. This one you're at 5.8. So we got a third of a second. 5.8. 6.2.
Yes,
so you were
still the arm coming up there.
A little bit, but you just in terms of how much speed we reduced from the one that was really slow, it took us, I say, 5.8 on the camera there. We made contact with the ball at 6.2. So that's basically just under half a second, yeah?
Yeah.
Took us half a second to get from there to there, okay? Whereas this one, bearing in mind it's got to travel less distance because it's a shorter swing, okay? 6.4, well, yeah, 6.4, 6.7, so a third of a second. That is not that big a difference in terms of speed. When you actually think about the grand scheme, okay, it's 0.1 of a second slower.
Yeah.
Now, if I say something, okay, swing it flat out and then swing it 20%, you would expect whoosh or a lot slower. Yeah. So we do find changing the speed of the swing difficult, but that's the easy thing to change. So in terms of changing the club face, it does take a bit of practice and getting used to, obviously. In terms of where you finish, though, look at that. And in terms of the actual shot pin, it went 120 yards. Okay, with not really a swing any speed at all. Now, yes, the arm is still pulling away. This movement now is a power blocker. If you play a shot, I don't know, cricket or tennis, and you went, it wouldn't go very far, would it?
No.
Okay, the speed or power, okay, is released when the club head goes past kind of your centre point. Okay, if you move your centre point over your arm doing this, the club now is going to accelerate its most when it passes this point here. We don't really pass that point there until about now. So your club's got loads of blur there, but that's just a bit of a wasted end. The ball's been sent down the way. So we've got to get this sort of loose, that snap there, this there, not.
That still felt so much better.
Yeah, but that felt to you 20%.
But that's what I've tried to do with the irons, is slow it down, because I realise that I tend to snap as well. You know? Slowing
down is okay to a point. But it's understand. The reason why we did that, George, to sort of showcase you what slowing down, how difficult slowing down actually is. You slowed down literally 0.1 of a second from the top of the batsman to there, and in actual fact, the fact the club's got to travel shorter, probably not at all. So you may have gone back a little bit slower, but then you still swung the ball at the same speed. People find changing the speed of that swing difficult, okay? So although we want to try and keep the speed up, the body and the arms can work quite. We can get that kind of snap, that kind of wrist flick or of the golf club. We don't want tension again. If you're gripping it tight, do anything smooth is impossible. I mean, you say we use an example like sort of writing with a pen or trying to paint and stuff. If you're squeezing and gripping in the fists, you've got no control of you. It's got to be in the fingers, nice and smooth, nice and relaxed. We can then manoeuvre and manipulate this golf club. If we grip in tight and just like a hammer grip, it's hard to be smooth. You're just going to be a big lunge and a heave. And then once you lose control of that, it's all over. Okay, does that make sense, Peter?
Yeah, it does.
Good.
That's great.
Right.